The headline sounds explosive, but it needs a reality check right away. There is no verified report confirming that Caitlin Clark has released a new Nike logo shirt that generated $50 million in sales. That kind of number would typically be backed by official statements, earnings reports, or major financial outlets, and none of that has surfaced. However, what is absolutely real is the massive wave of attention surrounding Clark and her partnership with Nike, and that's where the story becomes genuinely powerful. Caitlin Clark has become more than just a basketball player. She's a cultural moment. From her record-breaking college career to her transition into the professional spotlight, everything she does seems to capture attention. When Nike signed her, it wasn't just another endorsement deal. It was a strategic move to align with one of the most talked about athletes in modern sports. That partnership immediately sparked excitement among fans, collectors, and even casual observers who don't typically follow women's basketball, so when any rumor surfaces about new merchandise tied to her name, it spreads like wildfire. The idea of a logo shirt blowing up in sales isn't entirely far-fetched in concept. It's just the scale that gets exaggerated. Clark's fan, which is incredibly engaged, and her supporters have shown a willingness to buy tickets, jerseys, and apparel at a pace rarely seen in the WNBA before. Her games have driven record attendance, and her presence has boosted TV ratings significantly. That level of influence naturally spills over into merchandise demand. If Nike were to release a signature shirt tied directly to her personal brand, it would almost certainly sell out quickly and generate strong revenue. But jumping to a $50 million figure without proof is where hype overtakes reality. What makes this situation fascinating is how quickly narratives can escalate in the digital era. A single post, a viral tweet, or an unverified claim can turn into a global headline within hours. Fans see sold out or high demand, and suddenly those phrases evolve into massive dollar figures. It's not necessarily intentional misinformation, it's often excitement mixed with speculation. And with someone like Clark, the excitement level is already extremely high, making her an easy target for exaggerated claims. At the same time, dismissing the entire idea would miss the bigger picture. Caitlin Clark's commercial impact is very real. Nike has a long track record of building athlete brands into billion-dollar empires, and they don't invest at this level without a clear vision. Clark fits the mold of a generational athlete who can transcend her sport. Her playing style is electrifying, her personality resonates with fans, and her visibility continues to grow. All of these factors contribute to a marketable image that brands can build around for years. There's also a broader shift happening in sports that plays into this. Women's basketball is experiencing a surge in popularity, and Clark is at the center of that movement. The demand for WNBA content, merchandise, and coverage has increased significantly, and brands are paying attention. Nike's investment in her is part of a larger trend of recognizing the commercial potential of women's sports, which has often been underestimated in the past. Clark's success is helping prove that when given the spotlight, female athletes can generate massive engagement and revenue. Another important aspect is the emotional connection fans feel. Clark's journey from dominating in college to stepping onto the professional stage has been closely followed by millions. Fans don't just watch her, they feel invested in her story. That emotional connection drives purchasing behavior in a way that pure marketing cannot replicate. When a product is tied to an athlete people genuinely care about, it becomes more than just apparel, it becomes a symbol of support and identity. Even without a confirmed $50 million sales figure, the trajectory is clear. If Clark continues on her current path, the cumulative value of her merchandise sales, endorsements and brand collaborations could absolutely reach those kinds of numbers over time. It just won't happen overnight from a single shirt release. Real growth in the business world tends to be more gradual, even when the momentum is strong. Nike's strategy likely focuses on long-term brand building rather than one-off viral moments. They understand that sustaining hype is more valuable than a single spike in sales. By carefully rolling out products, telling Clark's story, and aligning her with broader campaigns, they can create a lasting presence in the market. This approach has worked before, and there's no reason to think it won't work again. What we're seeing right now is the early stage of something much bigger. Caitlin Clark is not just benefiting from hype, she's generating it through performance, personality, and timing. The numbers being thrown around may not be accurate today, but they reflect a belief in her potential. And in the world of sports marketing, perception often plays a role in shaping reality. So while the claim of a $50 million sales explosion isn't backed by evidence, it points to a deeper truth. Caitlin Clark's influence is growing at an extraordinary pace, and her partnership with Nike is positioned to capitalize on that growth. The excitement, the demand, and the attention are all real. The only thing that needs adjusting is the scale of the numbers being reported right now. In the end, the story isn't about a single shirt or a viral headline. It's about the rise of an athlete who is changing how people view women's basketball and how brands approach the market. Caitlin Clark is at the center of that shift, and whether it's $5 million, $50 $50 million or more down the line, one thing is certain, her impact is only just beginning.